It's now my privilege to provide you with an annual progress report. Everywhere I go, I get asked two questions. First, are we making any progress? And second, what can I do to help? Let's address these two questions separately. First, are we making any progress? The answer is yes. Over the last 15 years, Utah's population has increased 34%, while total emissions have dropped 38%. That represents a 53% per capita reduction in emissions. During that same time, our winter weekday emissions have dropped from 471 tons to 291. That's not the only good news. As the governor mentioned, over 10 years ago, the EPA designated our region in non-attainment, which placed us out of compliance with federal air standards. As time progressed and as the standards became more stringent, it became increasingly urgent for us to find new and more efficient and effective solutions for our air quality challenges to protect our health, economy, and quality of life. This last October, the EPA announced that based on 3 years of data within the standards, we were moved out of serious non-attainment serious non-attainment status. The next step towards full compliance is implementing a maintenance plan that will continue to keep us below the standards. Moving out of serious non-attainment and into maintenance took a lot of hard work by a lot of dedicated people. The Utah Department of Environmental Quality provided us with this leadership, drive, and commitment to make this happen. During this time, there were 3 different executive directors. All 3 have sat or currently sit on the UCAIR board. I'd like to personally thank Amanda Smith, Alan Matheson, and Scott Baird for their leadership. Bryce Bird, Director of the Division of Air Quality, and his team continue to find new ways to lead this effort. Please join me in thanking all of these dedicated individuals for what they do. When I took this job, I was told by someone at DAQ that we would need participation from everyone to get back into compliance. So thank you, each of you, for your contribution to clean air. So yes, we are making progress, but we are just one dry, cold winter away from a season filled with red alert days. As we know, weather and geography play an enormous role in both success and failure in air quality fight. We also know that no level of pollution, whether it's an unhealthy designation or a moderate designation, is good. Our responsibility lies in the emissions piece of this equation, which leads us to the second question: what can I do? We didn't come into attainment without individuals, communities, and businesses making choices to reduce their emissions. Each action makes a difference. Let me give you one example of how I know. Based on data, we have been talking about the need to reduce wood burning for years. Just over 2 years ago, in partnership with Chevron, Marathon, and the Eccles Foundation, UCAIR ran a pilot program to swap wood-burning stoves for gas appliances. Due to the success of this program, the state received a Target Airshed grant, and last year the legislature allocated more funds for this very popular program. Along with these programs, communities have taken steps to enact and enforce no burn days. Additionally, many organizations, including UCAIR, have consistently educated the public about the harmful nature of wood burning to our air and to our health. As a result of these efforts, we have seen a drastic reduction in wood smoke emissions. Dr. Carrie Kelly, a chemical engineer at the University of Utah, a UCAIR board member, and recipient of the 2018 UCAIR Person of the Year Award, led the research on the front end to help us better understand what was going on with wood burning, and has provided us with this great data now that confirms this behavior change. Wood smoke's contribution has declined by about a factor of 5 from 2007 to 2017. This decline is notable as smoke from wood burning, fireplaces, and stoves can be a significant source of the fine particulate matter emissions. So are we making progress? Absolutely. What can you do? There are a lot of things you can do that everyone can do, and they all matter. In his State of the State address on January 29th, Governor Herbert said, "Our pioneer ancestors journeyed to the Salt Lake Valley in search of a better life and new opportunities. On their journeys, they planted crops they would never harvest. They improved trails on which they would never again set foot. They did this because they knew that there would be others who would follow." I had heard others tell this story before, but this year, sitting in the House gallery, this struck a new and deeper chord with me. You see, this past October, my wife Andrea gave birth to our first child, a son. We named him Isaac, and we call him Mike. Becoming a father at 41 has totally changed my perspective. What seeds am I planting that Ike will be harvesting? What is the future that we are building for him? Are we improving the trails for him and his generation? UCAIR will continue to lead the way, and there are many on the trail already planting seeds for those who will come behind. For example, Lime Scooter provided free rides to everyone here tonight. UDOT's, yes, thank you to Lime. Don't ride them on the sidewalks and wear your helmet. I just have to say that as a disclaimer. Okay, UDOT's TravelWise program invites everyone to rethink the trips they make. The Salt Lake Chamber empowers business leaders to drive down emissions during the Clear the Air Challenge. Oakland Construction and Gardner Development are working together to reduce emissions on large-scale construction sites. Ivory Homes is working to do the same in residential development. Wasatch Property Management and Wasatch Energy Group are reinventing home energy with their new development, Soleil Lofts. And the owner of this facility, Chris Parker, has just begun a project known as Diamond Rail, which will provide mixed-use housing options that are powered 100% by Rocky Mountains Power subscriber solar program. These are just a few of the trailblazers in the room. I know that there are many more. As you look around tonight, I am optimistic that the crops will be abundant and the trails will be smooth for the generation that follow us. I look forward to the journey with each of you. Thank you very much.